Okay, next we would like to presenting chapter 4, that is about orders and fulfillment. This is the next step which a buyer will do after they get the quotation from the seller. So the first step is a buyer receive the quotation from the sellers, and then a buyer has to professionally analyze the offer and make calculation that can benefit his company. And then once he fix with the order plan, the buyer will need to contact the targeted supplier for making an order. In this step, both buyer and seller can still make negotiation regarding to payment, delivery, and discount. Next.
Okay, I want to explain theory about placing order. Placing order is a document or letter that confirms the details of a purchase of goods or service from one party to another. So, how to placing an order? Okay, placing an order is when a buyer want to place an order. He or she has to write the supplier in details regarding to the order. Placing order such as big order and small order. Small order is buyer can just inform the order detail in a paragraph. If it not big order, we can say small order. And the second, if it is big order, many different item and certain specification. A buyer is suggested to provide table for the information. Okay, the order letter is normally contains a number or reference, date, detail order, and action requested, deadline of the order fulfillment.
Like the previous explanation, if there is a small order, it is enough to make an order letter only in the form of a paragraph. An example of a small order costing of this is a letterhead containing the sender address. In opening paragraph includes information about number reference, date, and subject of the letter. A subject line that helps to receive to understand your purpose at once. Next paragraph is receiver address. And in main body is the purpose of writing the letter. Indicates all details of your order, number of items, and type of items. And closing paragraph is concluding paragraph stating when you expect the delivery of items and thanking them for their service. And last, don't forget close with complimentary closing, your signature and name. This is the example of order letter if it is a big order with many different items and certain specification. A buyer is suggested to provide table for the information. This is to facilitate ordering and avoid ordering errors. Only this part is different from the example order letter that I explained before.
Okay, the next, accepting and declining orders. In manufacturing business, a supplier is not always ready for items ordered by the customer, especially for custom product. The supplier will need time to produce the goods. Therefore, if the goods available, this company or customer will have pre-order PO system using PO form. The format PO form following information is needed such as the first number or reference, date, quantity, specification, date of fulfillment, and delivery. And a supplier can also decline an order from the customer. Decline can be because of the condition of the company such as out of stock, stock production, and track record of buyers not good.
Next, there is example of declining order. In here, we can see the following example of decline order. Here are the steps that can be used to write the decline order. First, to whom this letter want to address. Secondly, is declining line, which contains the purpose of this letter that is decline the order that we cannot complete. Thirdly, is the reason for decline. At this part of this paragraph, we should to tell to our customers the reason of why we decline their order, so they can understand our reason. Fourthly, is the conclusion paragraph. In this section, we can ask the customer we canceled the order to understand our reason and hope the customer is still willing to be our customer. Last is the complimentary closing and sender signature, which identified who's the senders of this decline order.
Now, I would like to presenting about useful expression used to write the order letter. There are three parts in making an order letter, namely opening, body, and closing. Opening is a greeting before entering the body of the letter. Body is the most important part of every letter. In this section, you can mention the items you want to buy and the amount. And closing is a thank you and hope that your order will be processed and shipped immediately if you are in a different city from the supplier. And here are the useful expression can be used to write the order letter. Example for opening. Thank you for your quotation letter and price list. We would like to make an order of blah blah blah. And the second example, please send the following items from the catalog sales that blah 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 blah. Example for body. The first example is the merchandise will be shipped for the sake of your company truck line. Second example is goods order above should could be sent cash on delivery. And third example is we request you to send the goods through blah 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 blah. And the last example and for the closing, the first example is please send all commercial and financial document along with goods. And the second example, I am looking forward for your response or you can call me the cost of my order.
Exercise. Find the example of order letter and write the letter to design it.
Next, chapter 5. We would like to presenting about invoice.
Now, we go to the function of invoice. The function of invoice are, first, keep track of sales. The purpose of sales checking is to measure the success of current selling effort as well as finding area that can be improved. The benefit of sales checking is obvious. Better process, quicker turnaround time, and more effective workflows. Second, keep track of inventory. Inventory tracking system play a central role in the regards. The provide business with real-time tracking of inventory items, helping them stay abreast of how many items particular product lines are in stock and available for customer to order. Third, forecast using past data. Using historical data in forecasting is one of the best ways to make sound business decisions. And last, record business receipt for tax billings. Receipts are an official record that represents proof of a financial transaction or purchase. Receipts are issued in business-to-business dealing as well as stock market transaction. Receipts are also necessary for tax purposes as proof of current expense.
Okay, the next, how to write an invoice. There are invoice should contain the first header, the second body, and the third footer. The contents of header is logo, contact information, invoice date, invoice number, and the amount due. And the body contains a list of items in the transaction and each price, discounts, and tax, and amount due. These parts contain clear information of what the customer is charging of. And the third footer, the contents is payment terms, due dates, method of payment, even a thank you to the customers.
Now, we will see types of invoice. 1. Standard invoice, a simple document that is used for billing your products or service provided. 2. Credit invoice, if the transaction involves any discount of refundable items. This invoice will always include a negative total number. 3. Debit invoice. It is used to increase the amount owing the buyer, such as if the service is paid in an estimate hour and ended up with additional hour of service, they use this type of invoice. 4. Commercial invoice, issued by company involving international shipment of goods, usually contains information such as custom duties, shipment quantity, total value, etc. 5. Timesheet invoice, an invoice used when a service is billing hourly and their standard rate of pay. Contract employees receive this type of invoice as their payment. 6. Expense report. A type of report sent in a situation where there is an expense when doing one service that is incurred by the business. 7. Pro forma invoice. An estimate invoice. This invoice sent before a service is provided. It is an estimate invoice which includes estimate costs that can alter once service is complete based on the hours worked. 8. Interim invoice. Usually used for a large projects with multiple payments. 9. Final invoice. An invoice sent after a service is complete to request payment. It is usually more detailed than other invoice. 10. Past due invoice. The buyer will receive this invoice if they had not provided payment by the due date on the final invoice. And the last is e-invoice.
And next, there is example of invoice. In here, we can see the following example of invoice. Here are the steps that can be used to write the invoice. First is invoice number. This is the unique number that identifies the invoice. Usually, invoice numbers are sequential. In this example case, the next invoice raised by this company would be 000124. Below that, we have invoice date and due dates. In this case, it's the 10th of May. This is the date that the invoices was created, and it's critical to include it. And it starts the countdown for when the payment is due from the buyer. On the left of the page, we can see the recipient's information, which identified the receiver or the suppliers that we've paid their bill. And below that, at the center of this page, we can see the shipping details, which used to record items shipped from a seller to a buyer. The document all details related to the goods involved. And last, below that, we can see the list of items in the transaction, like items, quantity, unit cost, the amount, added tax, and amount due.
And next, settlement of accounts is the action of paying off any outstanding balance to bring an account balance to zero. For example, you have one outstanding balance in an account. Customer A owes the entirety of the balance because of invoice A. When customer A pays the invoice, the account is now settled. Basically, the settlement of the account is the actual exchange of money or another value, such as good or service, to pay off the account.
Okay. Next exercise. Find the sample of order letter and write the invoice for the customer, as if the order has been delivered.